angry after the match.
Let's go. So Sevilla 1, Arsenal 2. Beating Sevilla away, Kenny, ain't for everyone. Just ask Man United fans. Ask Real Madrid fans, because they drew 1-1 at the weekend. Weren't great, weren't pretty. We're currently sat top of the group. Lons slipped up at home to PSV, which is a bit of a shock as well. But very poor performances tonight. And 2 moments of absolute excellence got us out of the game. Some defensive decency as well, Tomiyasu, but I'll put my bias to the side. It's your fan cam. What did you make of that game tonight, mate?
You know what? Anything, any small improvement from Saturday would have been much appreciated. But I thought, you know what? We're at it. We're really at it. We defended a lot. And I think what's happened is that we played a team that was bereft of confidence, that they were so scared of our pace. You know, the pace of Saka, the pace of Martinelli. And, you know, they didn't have the confidence to get around the back of us. But I'll tell you one thing, right? It does help having Tomiyasu in the team and probably playing 4 centre-halves in our back four, because you think about it, they all know how to defend. Whatever we say about Benjamin White, first and foremost, he's a defender. Same with Tomiyasu on the left-hand side. First and foremost, Tomiyasu is a defender. And I'll tell you, Navas couldn't, even if he wanted to, take liberties with Tomiyasu. I thought Tomiyasu was our best player today. You know, I've always had players that I actually like and really appreciate. I call them my pets, and I actually like them better than the greats, i.e., the Henrys, the Bergkamps, the Perez's, because those players are the players that I can put my life on, and that I know that they will defend me with their lives. I always put Santi Cavall in that category, Mertesacker in that category, and obviously Nacho Monreal. But after what I've seen with Tomiyasu, he's now my man. He's now my man. I was critical. I was sceptical at first. I criticised my man after the Man City game last season, but he's my man. Whenever he plays, I smile because I know that he will never let me down. I can't say that about Odegaard. Odegaard's meant to be our captain, but I know that he'll let me down. He let me down on Saturday, and he let me down today. You know, it's not a good look when you're captain of this football club for your manager to substitute you always at the same time, 20 minutes to go. You know what I mean? You got to be better than that, especially when we're dominating the ball. Now, don't get me wrong. I respect what you try to do when we're off the ball. You try to press, you try to get in people's face. I like that, but we don't pay you to press from the front. We pay you to get in the game. Like Declan Rice was virtually doing your job for you in trying to run the midfield. Saka had done more than you, and Saka, you know, goes well marked. And Martinelli was a breath of fresh air in terms of stretching the game, and Jay said was stretching the game. In fact, I think we're carrying Martin today, and we'll carrying him again. We're carrying him on Saturday. He's got to do much better. You know, maybe Sheffield United would be the game for Martin Odegaard, where you have more space.
No pressure. Home game, 75% of the ball.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. But he's got to do much better, because there's going to be a situation where beating the FA Cup, beating the League Cup, but definitely Champions League, and in 6-pointers, we're going to need more from you. We're going to need you to, you know, dominate a game. Don't go all Mesut Ozil on me, mate. Come on, Martin. Don't go on Mesut Ozil. You produced more in your Arsenal career, short career, than Mesut Ozil ever produced for us. But you get into Ozil territory now with me. You know, disappearing today, disappearing on Saturday. Come on, we don't want that from you. But apart from that, we were solid defensively. I thought, you know, if you want me to go and watch Raya, yeah, there was one instance when he got a bit excited, but apart from that, his distribution wasn't as bad as people were saying. I know Lucy Ward was trying to say he was giving the ball away. No, he wasn't. He passed it short, and when he kicked the ball diagonally, he was trying to get Martinelli and Saka into the game. So the commentary, I must say, was really bad and really biased, because it was like you're trying to talk our goalkeeper out of the game when he didn't really do much wrong. I mean, there was, you look at that incident in the second half when when I think it was Navas put a diagonal ball. It, like I said, Benjamin White, I think Ben White missed his header. The attackers chested it, volleyed it, hit the crossbar. But what we didn't realise is that Raya made a good save. Yeah, right, he made a save, even though it was beyond, even though it deemed to be a handball. The commentator eventually said, "Well, that was a great save from a great save from Raya," but Lucy Ward didn't want to do it because in her mind, Ramsdale should be in goal.
Yeah, watching all of them. The thing with the media, it's crazy. Yeah, and let's be real. The only real problem, and it weren't even a problem because he made a save. Yeah, in the second half, he flapped a little bit, and instead of it going that way, it went that way and hit the roof of the net, and they got a corner out of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I don't think he was that bad today. Yeah, and
it was fine. It was fine, but if you want me to be nitpicking, Sky Sports had two of our fans, like I said, in Sevilla. Instead of talking about the game, the first thing was Raya Ramsdale. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. And then we're having speculation that Chelsea could be in for Ramsdale. That's fine. Go then. Go. I know your dad's filthy about it, but but today wasn't about who was in goal. Today was about the game, and we won today. I would have loved, us to keep a clean sheet. Benjamin White's defending for our goal was bad. Direct corner, you could do better. You could do better than that, especially when you could see in front of you. The guy didn't. For a guy to get a clean jump on you is bad. But you know what? We lived dangerously. We weren't pressing from the front, but when like Seville tried to get the ball in the box, I thought we were solid. I was really, really pleased with that. There was no way after we scored a second goal we're going to lose this, because I didn't see any way that Seville were going to get behind us. That the only way they were going to try and get any semblance of any control is by hitting the ball long. Like Lamela, every time Lamela dropped the ball, he ran into a green wall. And that's what I need from us. Sometimes in Europe, I hear what you're saying about the performance. You weren't happy with the performance. You weren't great. But you know what? After the crap we watched on Saturday, I'm taking it. But you know what?
Let's be real. Man United got pammed there last season.
Yeah.
We've seen Sevilla in Europe, maybe not so much in the Champions League, but overall, Europe, that ain't an easy ground to go to, mate.
Not at all. Not at all. And another thing as well is that, you've got to remember we didn't have our first choice midfield. Well, I don't know what our first choice midfield is, because
I don't think once again,
because once again, they explained the fact that Partey didn't travel with with us today was he had a muscle injury. Now, what muscle injury did he have? He didn't have did he have a muscle? When did he injure himself? So between Chelsea and Tuesday, he injured himself in training. When and how? I'm beginning to become a bit suspicious of a lot of things now.
Yeah.
Regarding,
and he played for Ghana against USA.
Regarding the cartel. So something that we're not being told about regarding Partey, and to a certain extent Aaron Ramsdale. We know that he might have had misgivings, but there's something just not right there. Nothing right. But you know what? Whilst we're getting results and sneaking results, no one's going to look into it. But there's definitely something regarding Thomas Partey there that I don't like, that is suspicious. Because as far as I'm concerned, whenever someone said, "Oh, Thomas Partey had a muscle injury," the word I use after muscle injury, I say allegedly. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. I don't want to speculate about his personal life, because I couldn't give a damn whether he's married, whether both his parents have brought him up, or whether he's got brothers and sisters. I just care about the pitch. And I still think that our best midfield consists of him, Declan Rice,
and
Odegaard. Now,
and when we've seen that, sorry to cut you off, when we see that was in the second half against Man City, at 0-0, and we won the game.
Exactly. Exactly. He was him, Tomiyasu, Havertz, and Martin played a part in it. But I don't know. There's a lot of fans that are saying, "Oh yeah, get rid, sell, sell, sell." They've got really, really short memories, and they're pinning their hopes on Declan Rice, who I thought was brilliant today. I thought that he did the job. He acted like a captain as opposed to Odegaard. But remember, he's only just been at the club 5 minutes. It's starting well. There's going to be a time when Declan Rice is going to have a blip. And the reason why he's going to have a blip is because he's still young. He's not going to be as consistent as he is. He's still learning the way we play. Whilst you've got someone like Thomas Partey who knows what's required. Just that he's had a few injuries. But how many foreign players have been injury-free in their respective leagues, then come to England, they start getting injured?
Yep.
Reason why it's common denominator. The league's different. The league's frenetic in all areas of the pitch. In every game, it's frenetic. It doesn't matter if you're playing Man United or Sheffield United. You're going to be have a battle, and that's why players will pick up injuries. They're either going to pick up impact injuries, where it could be a broken metatarsal or broken leg, or it could be like muscle injuries, where you get hammies, thigh injuries, or knee injuries because of the intensity. And our fans don't get that. It's like service requirements, sell to sell. But then, you know what? It's a good thing we do. I've got this platform with you where we can talk and say as it is and use our brains when it comes to understanding. Whilst other platforms, it's just like reactionary. Wow.
Yeah, of course.
There's no realism in what they're saying. That's why I am troubled by the Thomas Partey thing, because I don't know what's going on there. Because
it's weird. It's very.
I'm not buying his injuries. I'm not buying his injuries. I'm really not buying his injuries.
The guy played against USA the other day. We had our fitness coach, and in the Ghana training camp, and that was documented. Yeah, to me that's weird. But listen, we could do a whole podcast, and maybe we will. Big up to you, Kenny. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972. Matty's fan cam's coming next. Check mine out, and then we're going to do player ratings with Matty and Kenny. We're out of here.
Definitely. I'll see your player ratings. Hopefully, I can only think of one player who's going to get a bad mark. no clues. Well, probably two anyway. But yeah, but apart from that.